Okay, welcome to Elks 101. Declan, Eddie, and Rick alongside you. Going to be looking ahead to Ottawa this week. Great conversation coming up with Robbie Brown. I think we might have some power rankings or blind rankings we're going to get into. Going to have a lot of fun doing that, and overall some just general football conversation. So all coming up on the episode. But before we get to that, Eddie, Rick, how you guys doing?
Brother Rick, take the floor.
I'm feeling pretty good right now. It's a nice little weekend there. We're walking into Canada today. Got a little bit of golf in me at the last couple of days, so I'm loving life right now. We were out at Glendale yesterday. I shot an 89 out there.
Oh, nice.
First time out there. It was
clean shooting.
That's clean. Everyone warned me it was gonna be a tough track. Those greens it's like putting on glass.
Oh man!
But honestly, it almost felt easier.
Did you walk it?
No, God, no. There's a lot of up and down on that course. That would be it's walkable, but
the only time I do Glendale obviously is with a member, and it's a buddy of mine, former teammate actually. I mean, former Eskimo teammate, since we are on this ElksNation right here. But I walk it with him every time I'm out there.
It's nice.
He walks. Oh, it's a long walk. You ain't kidding about the up and down now.
No, the up and down is gonna be a lot out there. Yeah. Like there's drives out there that it's gone, and you have no idea. It's up the hill.
Yeah, it's straight up blind.
Where I hope it's up there somewhere.
Blind. Yeah, that's awesome.
What do you guys shoot when you get out there?
Man, I try to hit 85. I'm 85 to 93.
Okay,
I'm right in.
That's pretty respectable.
85 to 93.
Yeah, I'm a mid 80s
pretty consistently.
Guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I figured it. I figured I'd be the worst one here.
I think the best of my life was 82, I believe.
What course?
Oh, that was I think downtown here, Edmonton, Victoria.
Yeah,
one of the easier ones, right?
Yeah, it's not tough. I mean, there's that
forgiving,
one hole that's super
elevated,
duper uphill.
Yeah,
and you're like, I don't know how to hit the ball 30 yards up the hill.
Yeah, I banged it on in two there once. So I was putting for eagle because it's a par 5.
It is,
so, I was putting for. I hit it because there was a big slope at the back.
Huge.
So I hit it off that, and it came.
Oh, it rolled back down for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I love golf, man. I try and get out as often as I can.
Yeah,
I love it.
I feel like I missed the boat on golf. Like I feel like I needed to get into it. Like I feel like I had a chance. Like COVID for me, I had nothing going on. I was like 20-ish. I had like nothing going on. I should have just taken that time to like perfect my golf game.
That was a perfect time to go out there, man. They gave you like 1 cart per person.
Yeah,
you were loving life out there.
Yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that.
I went hiking instead, which was cool. Like it was dope. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I missed the boat. Like I could be this scratch golfer right now.
I think I liked it because of the cliche where I can like compete. It's easy on the body. I played touch football for a couple of years after I retired, like 3 years, and like, man, my ankles and stuff still hurt.
How hard is that to play touch from what you were playing?
Not
but you got to tone it down a bit.
You got to tone it down a lot for sure. But you're still running, and like the quarterback's 12 yards back, so they're snapping it way back, and so much running, right? So like the cutting and stuff on my hips, and I felt it. Just didn't feel good. No need to do that, man.
What is it like 7v7?
Yeah. It'd be I think 7-7. Yeah,
and just like
3 linemen.
Yeah. Oh, 3. Oh, it's 3 linemen. Okay, I figured it was just like a center.
3 or 2 guys blocking. Yeah, it was good. Funly competitive, man. Real competitive.
That's just like through Edmonton, like a touch football league here in Edmonton.
Big. It's big.
Yeah, I was.
A lot of guys been in the league for a long time too.
So it's kind of like it's like the whole flag football argument that's going with like the USA and the NFL players right now.
Yeah.
Like same thing with the touch guys. It's like we don't want these CFLers in here. Like we'll show you a thing.
Well, that's the
touch
thing.
football.
Well, it was flag actually. Now that you bring it up.
Flag. Okay.
Flag.
Yeah.
I remember having.
Yeah, they take it serious.
Oh, it's real now, man. And that's part of it too. Is like I go out there as a former pro, and I'm competing, but like guys see me and they're turning it up a couple of notches.
For sure.
It's like man, I don't need all this.
No, I totally hear that.
So I golf.
Just challenge yourself. It's relatively easy on the body.
And I pay for this mental stress. I hate it. But then I hit like so many good shots and I love it. But then
1-2 shots around, man. You get to go.
Hate it. Yeah. You know? And I'm paying for this garbage. But then I hit like I'll stick a green from 180 out. And it's this is what I'm doing.
I love this.
I love it. You know what I mean?
I remember one time I went golfing with my buddy and I borrowed his clubs and I shanked a shot, like completely shanked a shot. And so I threw the club in anger, not even thinking about it. And he had to like stop me and be like, those aren't your clubs. Like you can't just be tossing those. And I had to, on top of being the worst golfer in the foursome, on top of just shanking the shot, I had to be like, yeah, you're right. Like it was just a horrible mix of everything. Do the walk of shame to pick up the club. Oh, man, but okay, Elks.
Shame.
Ottawa this week. Yeah, I'll throw the must-win tag on it.
You hate to.
You hate to. Week
I was
5.
I was looking at the standings, fellas, and like one win and they're right in it. Like Calgary's sitting there at 1 and 2.
Yep.
You know, even if these other teams still win games, if Edmonton wins one, they're right in the fold.
Then we got to start playing those guys too, right?
Exactly.
Beat those, and you're climbing even faster.
Labor Day, keep that in mind. That's a few points on the line right there in 5-day span. Like it's there.
What do we have? Like Ottawa, then I think BC after that.
I haven't even looked that far.
It's Ottawa this week for sure, and I'm fairly certain it's BC the next week.
Yeah, it goes Ottawa, BC.
So Ottawa here Sunday.
Okay. BC here the Sunday after that. Yep. Week 7 bye, then on the road to Saskatchewan.
Sundays too. Come on, man. Give the city of Edmonton a chance to turn up a bit. You know?
Yeah, give them a set.
Sunday at 5.
I think, to be honest with you, I do believe that's like the last home game on a Sunday or Thursday. The rest of them should be Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looks like August 2nd, Hamilton's coming to town. Saturday game, 1:00. So if you're into a little bit, that's August long, right? Little August long day drinking, get together with a little pregame. Yeah, come on, pregame flag football in Eddie's league that he used to tear up before the game. But yeah, like listen, this Ottawa team, I think Ottawa, respectfully, I think they're the worst team in the CFL, and I know record-wise, they're that's the Elks, but they're 1-3. It's been a really uninspiring 1-3, and the 3 losses have looked bad. Like Ottawa, for me, every time I watch them, they get a little worse each game. Each game, I'm like I'm seeing less and less. With the Elks, each game, I feel like I've seen more and more, especially from the offense.
Especially, I don't know the injury situation with Drew Brown, Ottawa's starting quarterback. But if it's Dustin Crum out there playing, you're right. I will say you put these two rosters up next to each other on paper. I mean, that don't mean diddly squat, but on paper, Edmonton, top to bottom, I think has more talent or even just more name recognition in terms of
they have better players,
significance. They got say it again,
players. They've done it.
Baby.
They've got the credentials.
They got better
have the
players.
resume.
They got better players.
If you have the backup quarterback, are you going to play a little more aggressively defense? You got to go after him.
Got to get after him.
Tell him D-line this year game.
That's why I said, Robbie, you got to take a game over now. Like you got to get after him. It's your time to shine. And
you were letting him know. We'll hear that later, but you were giving him the pep talk.
Well, you got to. Part of the pep talk is Jake's making big coin. Robbie's one of the highest paid, outside quarterback, outside O lineman at his position. Tyrell Ford, again, one of the highest paid at his position. So when you're the highest paid, it's got to produce big time. 0-4 is not doing it, right?
Yeah, like if you go to 0-4 with that loss to Ottawa at home, who I think is a really poor team, like a BC the week after that, I don't think BC is very good either. That game was winnable in the first week of the season, but it's just going down 0-4 in
this one's
going
a
into
nut
weeks.
Kick, man. This would be a nut kick. This would be like deflating
because of the team playing.
Yeah. This one was at home against Ottawa. And no shade, Ottawa's full of pros, but Bobby Dice's overall career record, I think, is sub 500. I just saw it recently as a head coach the past few seasons. Like, again, Edmonton's a better roster.
Yeah, this would be a yesterday. They make mistakes, kind of like the Elks have in the last couple of years. Players make the mistakes. If you're a good team, you take advantage of those mistakes. That's what we have to do on Sunday.
Yeah, like Eddie, you can talk to this. Like 0-4 is 0-4, but not all 0-4s are created equal. Like if you lose 2 to Winnipeg, 1 to Montreal, 1 to Saskatchewan, like play them tough. You can be like, shit, we're there. Yeah. We're not with the elite of the elite yet, but we can get there. We can play with these guys. Like if you're 0-4, you play them tough. You play 4 good teams tough. But if you're losing to like a BC team, and I get it was week 1 on the road, but if you're losing like a BC team and then an Ottawa team within the first 4 games to go to 0-4, this Ottawa game coming up at home, that's when it's really, gut check time. You're really thinking like, man, like what are we? Like what are 100? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I fully expect them to win this game. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's, again, like I said, I threw the must-win tag on it, so I guess I'll stand 10 toes down on that.
I'm saying it too.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think, here's the other thing. Like, Ottawa can't really run the ball. I just don't know. I don't know what Ottawa's path to victory is.
And it just hit me as you're talking too. This is bigger than just the game of football for getting the win. like with where Edmonton's at and how they're trying to make this movement towards the double E, the Esks. You can see them bring back Nanook, the Eskimo Fire, like they're the fire truck. They're trying to get this home momentum. So you gotta come out and put a good showing. You do. They're trying to win for more than just the team on the field. Like the city is craving. It's like we're not there yet, but we're almost at that point of desperation for a win. Remember the streak, the 20-game losing streak or whatever it was, and how desperate people were for a home win. That's where we're at again, it feels like.
Almost.
Breaking that streak must have been just the ultimate monkey off the back when it happened. Like, now, obviously, you don't want to get back into that and create a new streak here. But it's still like
toe curler.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
man. Do you is it a player you're keen? No, we're not going to do hot seat of the week yet. We'll get to that. But is there like a player you're looking at and you're thinking like, okay, matchup wise, this is your time to shine?
Honestly, man, it's the defense. Like, I don't know there's a specific person. The defense needs to come out. We brought in a lot of big name guys. It's their time to shine. They need to come out and do something. You've already seen other offense. They've been playing just fine. Stop giving up 35, and you're not going to be looking at the L's as much, right? Defense has to come out and do their thing. You've got a team like Ottawa that you can dominate. So go dominate. It's very simple.
For real.
Yeah. I mean, defense as a unit is a great shout. For me, maybe I'll save it for the hot seat. But yeah, like the defense, it just seems to be like the problem. I don't think I'm breaking any news here saying that. I feel like I've said it a couple times over. Like and with all the talent there, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I think, like if you can shore things up, if you can get into a defensive rhythm, like there's no reason this defense shouldn't be one of the most feared units in the CFL. Like it's talent everywhere. I think they're good at every level.
And they are good. And
it's
they're
just putting it together.
For real, they're paying for high-end talent. And that's part of the reason it's head-scratching, confusing why they aren't producing. And 35 points, Rick says, 300-yard passing quarterbacks every game.
Yep.
Like one sack from the defensive line. I think they have a couple from some linebackers chipped in here and there.
Yeah, it's one from the starting defensive line.
One sack from the starting D line.
Just Jake last week.
That's just not good enough.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. And
no picks?
Nope. I was going to say no picks. And Tyrell Ford, he doesn't need to go and have picks to be successful. You know, like he can be locked down and quiet over there on the strong side. But it's just you're getting nothing from anywhere.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like they're not even batting down balls that are in the air. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
Well, that's the progression though. Hopefully this week, right? They were off coverage, having to rally. Now they're in the hip on coverage. Hopefully now they can finish.
The balls were still falling in there somehow.
Well, hopefully now the progression is finished someplace.
I don't know if this is a stat or not. But I'll say it anyway. I'll say this. I wonder if Edmonton is the only team without a takeaway this year.
Have you looked that up?
I've not looked that up. I'll look it up right now. I'll look that up right now.
Yeah.
Because the Elks don't have a takeaway this year. I'll see if.
Well, there was the muff punt, but that's not
a defensive takeaway.
Yeah. Made the most of the other mistake. I want to see you go and earn that takeaway.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Yeah, there haven't been any takeaways in terms of forced fumbles,
punching at balls, nothing like
picks.
that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and that's you're not going to win the turnover battle. And we know that Trey Ford's thrown a couple of picks, and there have been some turnovers. Rankin fumbled last game.
You look like last night at Toronto game. They had a couple opportunities, and that rookie went absolutely nuts.
Capitalize.
Right?
Capitalize.
Really, really tough to win the game if you don't win the turnover battle. Not impossible, especially if it's like 1-0 or something. But if you're constantly giving up 2 turnovers, flipping field position, it's an uphill. Yeah, and then on top of that, like it's an uphill battle, obviously for your offense. But like your defense has been playing great. Like if you're giving them short fields every time, it feels like it's at worst a guaranteed 3 points, which you can say about any turnover. But a lot of times it feels like it's going to turn into 6-7 when, like I said, the Elks are giving up, 35 plus this season. So never great. I can't find the stat here. Not to throw any shade at CFL.ca. Not the best web page for this. I'm gonna I could look at every team individually.
You just reminded me of something. Where do you guys come out on Luke Wilson?
I just think it's like I think he's corny.
Been seeing him online, Rick?
Yeah, is it a shtick? Is he just trying to I don't know where he's. I know you're trying to build the CFL. I don't know if he's doing it in the right way.
To talk about it, right? That's the
continuous
argument.
Is this one of those things where any attention is good attention?
Well, here's the thing that I'm kind of scratching my head at, and I noticed last night. It is kind of, it's a shtick. You're throwing out, calling out everything that you perceive to be negative, not offering much solutions. You're just kind of pointing the finger at the negative.
Cool, that's Twitter.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can draw the light to that, sure. But then like calling games hot garbage continuously, and like being open about calling it hot garbage. I even saw Farhan kind of baited him into, what would Luke say about this game? And then Luke replies, hot garbage, So it's like these two guys who are sideline reporters now. If I'm a player and you're calling the game I'm playing in hot garbage, I wouldn't be feeling that now.
Yeah.
And like when I saw Farhan bait him into it, knowing that Luke was going to go there,
for every
I
time.
thought, come on, what are we doing now? You guys are literally calling the game that you cover hot garbage. I thought that was a bit of hot garbage myself, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to pump the tires of the CFL, man. Like, trying to bring it down, or I don't know exactly what he's trying to do, but
like
the tires,
and
man.
Call out the negative and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're calling games that you're a sideline reporter for hot garbage, man, there's players playing in this game, man. That's some hot garbage.
That's my thing. Like, it's like, bro, you're working for the CFL, not the league, but like you're covering the CFL.
Yeah.
Like, what's your end game here?
That's
you just want the league to collapse.
Well,
like, would that make you happy, Luke Wilson, if the league collapses and you win now? Like, okay, sick, man. You just killed the product. Like, what's the end goal here?
The weekend that a bunch of backup quarterbacks are playing because it's American D linemen rushing against Canadian O lineman talent, and that's why quarterbacks are getting injured. And it's just a whole lot of unnecessariness. That, again, what's the end game here? You're bringing it up, but okay. I always will say to people, bring me a problem, but have a solution too in the same breath, or else you're just not doing anything here.
And who's going to bring them on to like, are you just wanting to do work for the CFL or TSN for the rest of your life? Do you want to take a step up? Because if you want to take a step up, why would anyone take a chance on you when all you do is kind of shit on what you're dealing with?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. Yeah, it's interesting, and I understand the generating the conversation, and right, that's the thing that everybody is saying is, we may not agree with Luke, but he's generating conversation, and okay. But
my thing is, like, if the
calling the game hot garbage,
like if the conversation is how shit the league is, like people are just gonna hear that and be like, oh, a former NFL guy saying the league is shit. Like,
they're just gonna believe him.
Exactly.
When it's not, it's not. Exactly. I'll take a good CFL game over a bad NFL game any day of the week.
Yeah, and we can get into everything, all the semantics of it, but like I thought it was whack. Just especially how I saw Farhan baiting him yesterday. Yeah. I thought, man,
you got to push back.
Yeah, these guys, you cover the league. Like,
I hate his smugness about it too. Like, he's so it's like it's like, okay, you want us to tell you you're right, man? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get, like, you cover the league for TSN.
And like
man, do you want the league to fold and just tell all of us you were right?
And he's great in his role with Jay on, right? Doing NFL and stuff on Sunday. Stick to that, man. If you want to dip your toes in the CFL water, just don't come and call the players who are working their ass off to pay their bills, feed their family. Don't call the game hot garbage.
You're a football guy. Why would you even do that?
You're a Canadian football player, man. Yeah. You're fortunate. You played in the States. You made money in the league. You're fortunate to play in the league. But do not come here and call these guys hot garbage and then stand on the sideline and want to ask them questions.
Yeah.
That's trash.
I'd be pissed if that's some of those guys.
Just telling everyone how booty they are, then like having an interview them is a horrible look.
Like it's straight up, like and vocal about it.
Is he trying to buddy with the players too? Like football guy?
I don't.
Because at that point you're like, dude, you ain't like you're like, bringing us down, man.
Yeah, I just saw that, and just so vocal. And those are the two words he uses: hot garbage.
Yeah.
Man.
The one thing I also hate, and we can drop it after this, but the one thing I also hate is he acts like his word is law. Like he acts like he's the authority on football. He's like, listen, guy, like he has the whole like smugness of I played in the NFL, I know better. And just like everything he's like, all right, let me tell you guys about the CFL. It's like, oh, okay, thanks, Luke Wilson. Like, you want to tell me how to do my, like, obviously I know you played the game and I know you have the experience, but he goes about it with such a, like, no one else, like your opinion is wrong that I hate.
So here we are talking about Luke Wilson. Talking about CFL.
He's in our heads. He won.
Like is it working? Are we talking about the CFL or are we talking about Luke Wilson? You know what I'm saying?
I think you're hearing more Luke Wilson
bringing
talk.
the attention, like for sure.
Yeah.
Where you were talking about,
he wants his name spoken more than the CFL.
This is a topic that I brought up, right? So, but is it we're talking about the CFL? No, we're talking about the guy because he's crapping on the league.
If you're the commish, you can't like it.
And my thing is like I've always kind of felt like, you know how they say like no, there's what's the phrase? No. All press is good press.
All is good pub.
All publicity is good publicity. I've always disagreed with that. Like if a sideline reporter who played the game is trashing the league to his hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers, like that is not good publicity.
Well, make no doubt about it. He's got the green light. Like they're saying, TSN is saying you're okay to keep going.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
I wonder
he's going.
I wonder if it hits like a breaking point. I wonder if it hits a breaking point when it's like.
I think they view it as, again, any pub is good pub, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and TSN
anything to generate interest in the league.
And he has no doubt about it. For negative or positive, he stirred up emotion in people for sure. And TSN is well aware of what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, they're aware, and they're definitely green.
There's got to be some guys that don't like it.
Yeah, for sure there are.
Like for sure, guys on the panel can't be liking that.
No, exactly, because Enoch. That's the other thing. Enoch Mwamba, Davis Sanchez, they had their cup of coffee, and this is things I think about. They had their cup of coffee in the league for a year or two, but they spent the majority of their illustrious careers in the CFL. Yes. And like now you got this guy who is a teammate of yours on the panel, on the broadcast, calling the game hot garbage. Yep. You can't sit there and think that's all good. Come on now.
How would you take it?
Yes.
If you're sitting at the panel, you're not going to like it, are you?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, like I just imagine like him just trashing the league, and it's like, okay, let's cut back to Caden Davis and Enoch, and they're just sitting there like, what are we supposed to say?
But I've heard the same answers out of a lot of people who are, somewhat close to the situation or in media. Wow, he's generating, the conversation, this and that. May not agree with him, but it's conversation. And hey, maybe that is the end game, right? Maybe that
is the attendance going? Like, I don't know how you find like the direct result, but like, is TSN getting more viewers, or are we getting more people in the stadium because of it?
I saw someone even just in the comments, say like something back to him, someone from Edmonton, and he makes comment like, how's the attendance, how's the fans in Edmonton, because it's obviously empty here. And so it's like, why are we making fun of the issues
when this league is looking to be bringing people in to build it up?
Why are from the broadcast, why are you on Twitter literally like throwing 12-year-old insults to a fan from Edmonton about the lack of attendance?
It's like, dude, you're tweeting at a 70-year-old guy who doesn't even know how Twitter works. Who's been a fan since it was the Eskimos in 1960.
That's enough on him. Spending enough on him.
Man, you're right.
That's a
it's a good.
He's the in thing of the day.
We should get him on the show. Is what we should. I would love to. I would love to chat with him.
I've already thought that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll reach out. I'll send him a message and try and get him on here. Okay. Do you want to move on to the hot seat this week? Facing the Red Blacks. Do you guys have one in mind off the top of your head? Because I got a guy. I was going to bring him up earlier. I'll bring him up now.
All right, lead us off.
My hot seat of the week is Curly Giddens Jr. Curly Giddens Jr., I think, is supposed to be the most... Oh, I think he's supposed to be the most go-to receiver for sure, but I think he's also supposed to be a guy who is really there to help train his development. I think he's supposed to be... I don't want to say safety net or safety blanket, but for lack of a better words, I'll say that. I think he's supposed to be a guy who Trey is supposed to grow alongside. And I just think if you take out that fourth quarter of the Montreal game, he hasn't been there. He hasn't done that at all. And like Dunbar's been great. Rank's been great in the passing game. Mathis has been great. But I still think Curly, like, it's been 3 games this season. It's about to be a 4th. Like, I think we got to see a little bit more now.
I hate to be this guy, but you want to know another correlation with Curly? Big price tag.
Yeah.
He's one of the highest paid receivers in the league.
Yeah. Highest on that in that receiving core.
Man. Gotta produce when you're making the big tickets. That's where all eyes looks. That's a good one, Deck.
Yeah,
That's
and like, listen, I'm sure Curly doesn't like. I'm sure he doesn't want to, have us talking about him this way. Like, I'm sure he wants to produce. Obviously, what player wouldn't? But he's not like, from what I've seen, he's not putting himself in a whole lot of situations to make that happen. Like, because I've talked about this as well a couple times. Like, it's one thing if you're beating your man in one-on-one coverage every time and you're just not getting the ball. Like, you're doing your job, but he's absent out there in a lot of like.
What did he go for last game? Was it 1 for 6 yards?
That was, I think that was week 1. Here, let me pull it up.
Because that was the one. Yeah, last week should have been the one in the fourth quarter where
he didn't
it was thrown to him and
he didn't
wasn't even
around.
looking. Like he didn't expect.
That
Didn't
was
even
his second attempt in the game.
Yeah.
Didn't even know. He didn't even know the ball. Yeah, he was jogging out there, heading towards the tunnel. He was just chilling. Let me pull up the box score here.
But yeah, last week I believe it was the 2 attempts and the caught one, and the other one was just behind him, and
that's what I thought.
He had no real desire to look for the ball or even go for it.
Okay, Curly in week 4 against the Bombers.
Make me feel good about myself.
It had to be that game.
Come on. I said
2 targets.
Yeah, the one catch.
1 catch.
1 for 6.
6 yards.
Boom.
5 yak yards though. Progress.
Man, oh man.
Making the play after the ball.
A little screen.
Yeah, a little. So they were drawing up a bubble screen for him.
Boy, that's
like trying to get him involved, but
it's not cutting it. And so the thing about receiver that sucks is so much is out of your control.
Yep. Yeah.
You can run routes all day and just the quarterback can just throw the ball to you.
Yep.
I hate that.
Yeah. That's why you were a nose tackle. Had nothing to do with the size. You just wanted to be involved every time.
Well played.
You guys have hot seats this week? Because I'm sitting on Curly. Curly, I like you.
Brother Rick nailed it with the defense in general. And that's JC, Aaron Grimes as coaches, Demetrius Maxey as D-line coach, and the defensive unit as a whole. Everybody, top to bottom, needs to be better.
Whether it's deserved or not, you lose this one, and depending how you lose it, you might be looking at a different quarterback. Right? I'm not saying it's because of it, but if you're 0-4,
and it's all depending on how it goes, man.
Yeah, and you've got these receivers not getting the ball. If you put up 8, 10, 12 points against Ottawa, you might be looking at Cody the next game.
Yeah,
so whether it's deserved or not, it's kind of warm.
But what then again on the flip side, and man, this is crazy to talk about. But like, what if the defense goes and gets torched by Dustin Crum? Dustin Crum throws for 300.
Yeah,
he puts up 38 points. It's a 38-25 loss.
Yeah.
Like, then we really start to have to look at this defensive unit. What are we doing here?
It would be pretty funny if this is the game where the defense steps up and holds Ottawa to like 12 points and they win 12-10. Then we're just like, okay, whole new set of problems. Like, what do we do now?
That's when you look at a new. That's when you're probably Cody's coming in.
Oh, that's a sign of so much toxic negativity. It's when we're coming up with these what ifs, such crazy.
Well, okay. What if they win by 75 points? Man. What if they win 75-0 and Trey has
then
6
I would
passing
accuse you,
touchdowns?
as my wife accuses me, of toxic positivity.
Nothing.
I have had that one pulled on me, bro. Toxic positivity. Because I was trying to uplift her, and she was feeling down. She wanted me to be there with her.
How can positivity be toxic? Isn't that like oxymoronic?
They don't want to be they want to be down in the dumps for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Just you got to sit there and hear them for a bit. Can't try and cheer them up.
Okay, let's finish.
You win by 75. You're breathing a lot easier. You're going into that BC game feeling real good.
You are, man. You are. And you're right in the mix again. And they've been on the cusp. The encouraging thing is they've been playing well.
They're close.
You see the trajectory.
Yeah. I want to look at this one really quickly. The biggest win in CFL history.
And then you just can't shoot yourselves in the foot next game. Don't make any mistakes that gives Ottawa points or momentum or anything like that. Make it as hard on them as possible. Because they're going to try and do it to us as everyone else does it to us. If you don't do it to the other team, they're going to do it to you.
Mm-hmm. At home, too.
Ooh.
Just need it for the fans.
Biggest win in CFL history?
Let me guess. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long time ago.
Oh, I say 62 points.
That's really close. Rick, you have a guess?
57.
It was 59.
Oh, we're close, bro. In between.
And you know what it was? It was Calgary and Hamilton, July 29th, 2017.
Jesus.
Recent.
Didn't Calgary beat the shit out of us a couple years ago, too?
Calgary beat
really
Hamilton?
Bad.
Calgary beat Hamilton. The second biggest was 1923 when Queens U defeated Regina Rugby Club 54-0. But it was actually in the Grey Cup, funny enough. So, okay. Rick, do you have a power rankings for us?
Not this week, but I think we can come up with one for next week.
No doubt. Maybe I'll do one off the top for you guys. We'll do a little blind ranking here off the top. I'm going to throw out 5 quarterbacks for you. And you got to, you know how the blind ranking works? You guys cool with it? So I'll give you them and you have to place it.
For
top 5. Okay. So I'll just we'll keep it simple. CFL quarterbacks right now.
Easy.
Okay. First name. This is all off the dome. I'm freestyling this. Like I'm on Like I'm on sharp. What's that one? Sway in the morning.
I don't know why I'm closing my eyes.
95.5. Yeah. Okay. Kerry Joseph.
Oh, so we're going not recent. Like we're going just overall.
Are we just going old guys? No starters today.
No, I'll go. I'll do both. I'll do current and I'll do a little bit
Kerry
of both.
Joseph. You want to take it?
I got him at 3.
Got him at 3.
I think you can bring some guys lower, but you're gonna bring some guys better.
I'll put him at 5.
Really? Okay. All right. 5. The second name I had in mind was Casey Printers.
Shit.
For what he did that season.
That one season, he was incredible.
Yeah, for the career
his
as
career
a whole.
is way shorter than KJ.
Yeah, and when he came back and was in Hamilton, he was he had one season.
Yeah.
You know, so if we're basing it off just the one season, I guess I'd put him 4.
Yeah, I got to put him 4 as well. We're doing the whole career, so
you've got Kerry at 3,
Casey at 4.
Casey at 4. You got Kerry at 5. Yeah. Okay, my third one, Jeremiah Mazzoli.
You're really pigeonholing me here.
Yeah. I got the last 2 names in mind as well.
He'll have to be 3 on my list for sure.
Yeah, what am I? I'm at 3 and 5, correct?
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah, you got
Mazzoli.
1, 2, and 5.
I gotta put him at 2 because I think you're gonna bring one other lesser one to me.
Okay, interesting. The next one I was thinking of, Jason Moss.
I got to go 1. I'm going to go on 1.
I was thinking that.
Based on what you've given us so far, I have to go with 1.
Been random at best.
Okay, wait, so what do you have left? You got 5 left? No.
I've got 5 left, yeah.
I'll go with him at 2.
Okay, so you got 1 left, and you got 5 left?
Yeah, you're getting the top and the bottom.
One of you is going to be very happy. One of you is going to be very happy.
It's all in your hands.
Anthony Calvillo.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's a cakewalk.
We'll put him at 5 only because what he did to against our team for so long.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, against my team, bro.
My feelings are still hurt.
09 and 10. Heartbreaking. I was just a kid, man. He was ripping my heart out, stomping on it. Anthony Calvillo.
He was so good. Jamel Richardson, SG Green, Ben Cahoon.
Did he never get any opportunities to go to the NFL?
He did early in his year. Or in his career.
But I mean, his career didn't really take off till he's a little bit older.
No, yeah. He had troubles. I think he was an alcoholic and had some troubles early in his career. Like when he was young.
He also had it so good in Montreal.
Yeah,
he was the man there. And great
really
system.
Settled in, man.
Yeah.
And found 100%. A nice niche there.
I like when you see some guys do that and just say, you know what? I could probably go up there and hold a clipboard and maybe play backup and hope for something.
Exactly.
But I'm going to stay down here. I mean, Ricky Ray went up there for the Jets and for, I think, 1 season.
For a season.
And I was like, no, I'm going back. And, I get to play. So guys like that, and you got Doug Flutie, you got Jeff Garcia and Dave Dickinson, and those guys stayed here for the majority of their careers.
Ooh.
Hats off to those guys.
Dave Dickinson would have been a good one for the power rankings.
He was a stud.
That would have been a good one.
Fearless.
All right, coming up here, we are going to send it to the interview we did with Robbie Smith. Great chat. Talked about this week coming up against Ottawa. Talked about his time, growing up being a CFL fan, things like that. Really, really good interview. So we'll get to Robbie Smith right now. And we are now joined by a very, very, very special guest, Elks defensive end, Robbie Smith, the pride of St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Robbie, I was looking at this. Were you guys the St. Thomas Aquinas? I saw that you had like a cardinal as your mascot, but was that what it was? The Aquinas?
No, we were the Cardinals. St. Thomas
Aquinas. The Cardinals. Okay, because I was thinking like, what a dumbass nickname, the St. Thomas. I was gonna ask you if you guys were ever in the huddle. Like, man, this shit kind of stupid. But I guess no. I guess it's a moot point at this point. Thank you so much for joining us, man. How you doing today?
Great. I'm great. How you doing?
Oh, man, we're doing pretty well, I think. Yeah, good weekend. I mean, you said before we got rolling here, just watching some film. How's the breakdown going?
That's good. It's good. Ottawa just played yesterday, so they played.
Yeah, game next week.
Is that film loaded up already, the Ottawa? So you're watching them, or are you watching some of your old stuff still?
It's I'm watching them playing Calgary and then them playing Montreal right now.
Nice.
And then
Robbie, I was reading the article. You obviously come here from Toronto. You come with Jake and Jared. I mean, are there any conversations between the three of you where it's like, okay, like we just like you have two rings, obviously. You guys just went in 2024. Jake had been here before. Like, are you guys having those conversations? Like, okay, let's go do this together. Let's go do it in New City this time.
I think surprisingly, we probably had those conversations less than you think, but a lot of it really had to do with Coach Maxey. bringing us all over here. So he was kind of great in that, wanting us all to get together. And I know definitely I like playing with great D-line coach, and he's a great D-line coach. So he's definitely the one that brought us over. It was a happy coincidence that Brink
it all worked out. Because normally I ask guys I ask some of the Americans we talk to, like, you get off the plane and what's the culture shock like landing in Canada? You're obviously a Canadian guy, but I'm like you get off the plane, Jared and Jake are there. You're like, oh, well, I'm still in Toronto. Like nothing's changed here. Like my guys are still on either side of me.
Yeah, I got Royce Metry too.
Yeah,
Hurley Gittins Jr. So a bunch of guys. It's been good.
How's the body feeling, Robbie?
It feels good. It feels good through week 3. I feel no complaints out of me. We had a early bye week too, which was good to get the body right. So,
do you like that early bye week? Like me and Eddie were kind of talking like week. I know it's obviously multiple bye weeks in the CFL. It's not quite the same thing, but week 2 seems really, really early for something like that. But as a player, like you like it? You're cool with that?
Yeah, to be honest, I'd rather early bye week rather than like a week 18 bye week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like throughout my career, I've always seemed to have pretty early bye weeks. Like I remember one year we had a week 1 bye week. So it's like you finish camp and then you're just sitting around for like another week for the season to get started. So I'm kind of used to it at this point. One early-ish bye week.
Robbie, you grew up in Brampton. Like, did you dream of playing in the CFL? Like, I dreamt of playing in the CFL as a kid. Now I capped out at 5'9" and not that athletic, so it was never in the cards for me. But like, I wanted to play in the CFL. Like, I didn't. For me, the NFL was cool, but like I loved the CFL. Grew up watching the CFL. Like, did you feel the same way? Were you like, okay, I want to play in the CFL?
You know what's crazy is I remember like I would watch CFL games when I was a kid. Like I watched that 2012 Grey Cup when Toronto played in the Rogers Center. Justin Bieber was doing a halftime show and stuff like that. And I thought it was great. And I think like that's around the time I started playing football. But honestly, even when I started playing football, I never really knew it was an option to me because I just thought it was so like out of this world, so far away. Like, oh my gosh, like these guys are like the most amazing athletes that I've ever seen. Like at the time, I never really thought of myself as that until, time kind of kept going on. And then I was like, oh, this could really happen. And then it did end up happening.
So you didn't start playing until 2012. You were 15.
Yeah. 10th
so
grade.
Like first year of high school.
Yeah. No, yeah. Grade 10th grade, actually. Yeah. Second year.
10th. Yeah. What else did you play growing up?
I grew up playing soccer as a footy guy. Nice. Yeah. Center back.
So you
definitely a center back. Definitely have the center back build back there. Like no one's getting by that guy.
So I want to talk about this season and just how things have gone thus far. 3 weeks into it, we don't need to talk about the wins and losses. It is what it is. Just talk about the defensive line performance as a whole. How do you feel about it?
I think obviously we're still meshing together. We still gotta clean up some things. I think last week we were a little better at stopping the run, especially in the beginning part of that game. But we definitely gotta get to the quarterback more, and we definitely gotta do our part there and help put some pressure on the quarterback, force some turnovers. But I think it's a good process. Through 3 weeks, we're all getting together, getting used to the defense. So I think it's going good in that aspect. Just getting better every week, and then at the end of the day, the pieces will start to fall together.
You guys are close too. Like you can see the progression defensively. A couple of weeks ago, it was quite obvious how the secondary was playing so far off. Montreal was dicking and dunking and getting first downs, chewing you guys up, putting you in short and seconds left and right. But then last week against Winnipeg, you guys played them super tight. Secondary had, those 2 bombs early on. There is as close as you could be. You just got to finish the play so you can see the progression coming. And up front too, it's well documented. The production hasn't been there in terms of pass rush, but then Jake goes off, makes a couple big plays, makes the D-line shine a little bit. But you guys are close, man. And Ottawa is coming here now on Sunday. This is damn near must-win territory. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. I mean, you don't want to go to 0-4, and I think Ottawa's a great opponent for us to get a huge win at home. So I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for us. They pass the ball a lot too, which is going to be great for us to get after the quarterback.
I asked Cordell kind of a similar question when we had him on last week. Like, I don't want to put you in a bad position or anything, but if you're JC Sherritt, like if I buy the team tomorrow and I say, okay, Robbie, you're Bill Rustling it. Okay. We're going to DC and you're going to be out on the field. Like what plays, what schemes are you drawing up for that defense?
For our defense?
Yeah.
I like when guys are in the box. So personally, I like it's a 5-down defensive line personnel.
He's selfish because he wants a one-on-one every time. Selfish, I get it. Like he wants a one-on-one matchup.
If a team plays a lot of extra offensive linemen to help them run the ball, or like a lot of big deuce or whatever with a bigger tight end or offensive lineman, they're trying to win first down. They want to get into second and medium, second and short. I think it helps putting another defensive lineman on the field. Obviously, that might be a little biased, but I think things like that, and I think especially on second down and when you get into second and long territory, like a match coverage and then 4-man rush, that's all we need to get home.
Robbie, I just want to take it back for a second. I do have more questions about, this season and upcoming weeks, things like that. But I do want to take it back because you obviously started football so late, like you said, 2012. You went to the Giants mini camp in 2019, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, what was that experience like? Because that's a pretty short window to go from starting to play football to being at an NFL mini camp in only 7 years. Like, was that something you even really thought was possible? And like, just being there, what's the experience like?
Not at all. I got the call. I got the call for the mini camps. I got invited to the Bills mini camp and the Giants mini camp, and I ended up going to the Giants just because the Bills one was too close to the CFL camp, and I just thought it was crazy because all of a sudden you're used to playing OUA football, and then now you're in this New York Giants facility, and then you're playing with first round picks. And I remember the Giants, they had like Dexter Lawrence, that's who I was playing. Got a huge signing bonus, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. This guy might be worth $20 million. I'm playing next to him. But it was good, and it really helped me get used to the pace of the professional game, so then when I went on to the CFL Argos camp, I felt more adjusted and more comfortable with what I was supposed to do.
I read like NFL teams eat like 800 Uncrustables a year or something like that. I don't know if that's true. I think I'd read it somewhere. But was when you were at the Giants facility, were they just handing out Uncrustables? Like anytime you got off the field, anytime you're in film, they're just tossing them to you?
No, I didn't see that. But
you didn't see one Uncrustable in your time there.
No, maybe not that I remember, but
we got some false reporting. Then I'm gonna have to look into that. So somebody's lying. Somebody's lying.
Yeah. Down there.
Yeah, they feed them good.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to get back to this season here and talk about this upcoming week here with Ottawa. And have you guys been in the building yet? Have you started game planning them at all?
Yes. No. Well, we're in the building
Thursday, so you would have had a couple extra days now, hey?
Yeah. A couple. Yeah. So this is our last day off, and then we're in tomorrow for a day A, and then that's when we're starting our official game prep and game plan for Ottawa.
So Killam gave you guys a couple of days off, huh?
Yeah, reset. Nice. Yeah, it was good.
So you got 2 Grey Cups with Toronto, huh?
Yeah.
So and you're from the GTA area originally?
Yeah, Brampton boy.
That's nice. Oh, Brampton, huh? I know about your kind. So I want to touch on that a little bit because I'll keep it real. The Argos, they obviously don't get a ton of love, a ton of fanfare out in the GTA. They play second fiddle to a lot of different sports. But if we're talking factual, that organization wins more than anyone. They win a Grey Cup every damn near 2 or 3 years. You were a part of 2 of them. I just want you to touch on that experience winning a couple of Grey Cups. And, in one of the games, you put on a hell of a performance, your first Grey Cup, where I remember you impacted the game huge late with the block kick. And what else? You had a sack late, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just talk about that real quick, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was great winning a Grey Cup. There's really no feeling like it. And both of them almost feel amazing. Like it's like people ask which one feels better, but I feel like both of them are equally amazing. It's crazy to think when I was watching the 2012 Grey Cup, I really never thought I'd be, in that building or even with those caliber players. And then to know that whatever 10 years later on a team, the same team that I was watching win a Grey Cup, and I get to be a part of that Grey Cup. It felt like, I don't know, it kind of felt second to none, especially for like being a hometown guy, and then being able to take the Grey Cup to my school and being able to take it to Brampton City Hall. Like, it was probably some of my greatest memories. I want to keep those memories rolling, you know, win another one.
Did you have like a holy shit, it's that guy moment? Because we're roughly about the same age. I feel like I was like a kid watching Bo Levi. So I'm saying, like, for you, like if you were the same way, all of a sudden you're playing against him. Are you in that like holy shit, it's Bo Levi mindset? Because the other thing I wanted to ask was like, do you have a favorite quarterback to sack? And then I kind of thought, like, you know, you grow up watching this guy, you get to sack him. Like, that's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, do I have I don't know if I have a favorite quarterback to sack. To be honest,
you do. Yeah, you do. Don't lie.
For a little bit, it was Cody Fajardo, just because he was kind of like a stronger quarterback that would like to get out of the pocket, and we played a whole bunch. But now that he's on my team, I'm like, you know, he's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
Good teammate, really good teammate.
Great teammate, and I think yeah, probably Cody.
That's got to feel kind of bad.
I can say for sure, my welcome to the league moment was playing and sacking Anthony Calvillo and Ricky Ray. Those two, because I grew up, they were legends. And by far, my favorite quarterback that I would love to sack was Bo Levi. By far. Because he was hard to sack, too, because he gets the ball off so quick. Yeah. So whenever you could get a lick on him, that felt good.
He's kind of pretty, too.
Yeah, he's tall. He knows,
bring him down a notch.
He's confident. Yeah. Politically correct, so he's confident.
Your beard's a little your beard's a little too trimmed. Like, we're playing football here. Come on now. I got to bring you back down to earth a little bit. Yeah.
He talks.
Yeah. Robbie, I had a couple more for you. Another one was kind of along those same lines. Like, is there a team that that just has like their tackle, or whether, you know, someone's chip blocking that always schemes it well for you? Like, is there one team or one coaching staff you point to, even one player again at the tackle there, that you're always looking at like, man, this is going to be a tough out. Like, this is going to be a tough game day?
Yeah, there are a couple. Honestly, he's not in the league anymore, but I would say my old teammate Isaiah Cage. I've tackled for the Argos for a long time, and I had to practice against him for years, every year. And he was always like, you know, we would always go back and forth. So I'd say that's a great one just within my own team. But honestly, other than that, I would, even though we just played him, I'd say Winnipeg. Obviously, Stanley Bryant. He's
legend
for a reason. And Winnipeg's always been a good team. Obviously, I've never been scared of Winnipeg because, you know, in the past, we beat them a whole bunch of times. But yeah, I'd probably say Winnipeg, just especially Brady Oliveira. He's one of the better pass blocking running backs, and he'd give you a nice chip when he gets out. And before, Winnipeg used to have Yoshi Hardrick and Stanley Bryan as their two kind of bookend tackles. So that was always a good game, and it was always fun, you know, getting sacks on them and getting to Zach Collaros, because he's a guy that you always wanted to sack.
Sean Oakman, he was the other member of that starting line in 2024 for the Argos, right?
22.
In 22, okay. Yeah. So what's it going to take to bring him? He's in Montreal right now. What's it going to take to bring him to Edmonton? Get the whole gang back together.
He used to be here.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, get him back, and now it's all the boys back together, as it should be. Like, everything, final piece of the puzzle on that line.
Because even Barlow was on the 22 Grey Cup team, and he's back. He's
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you know what? All right. I guess we got a good enough mix and match from it that it works out. We'll say the boys are all together. We'll say the band's back together.
Yeah, I don't know what it would take to get Oak back here. I don't know. But that's not my job. But I'd love to play with him again. I trained.
I got one. Eddie, do you have any more? Because I got one final. I got one final one for you. I was doing my research. You know, looking at your Instagram, bit of a pros pro. I noticed you had the Slam magazine Vince Carter T-shirt. So I got to know, what's your dream dunk contest?
Dream dunk contest?
Dunk contest.
Like, who's in it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Who won last year? Did Mac McClung win again last year?
Yeah, Mac, he's won like 3 in a row.
3 in a row, so I'll take.
He's my favorite for obvious reasons. I
don't know.
He does have bunnies though. Like, you got to give him credit. He's got bunnies.
He floats too. He can get up and he stays up.
Would be a good one. Vince. Who else? Zion, if he would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who else?
I was thinking, like, if you like, for me, I've like John Morant. I want to see John Morant flying through the air doing something. And Edwards would be a crazy one.
Yeah.
And would be a crazy one. If you want to go old school, like Dr. J, Legend, things like that. But I just want to see, I want to see Jaw, because Jaw in game, it looks like, those like Disney Channel movies when they kind of just float the guy up on the wires. That's what Jaw looks like in real life.
Game too much.
Yeah.
He's had to chill it out this past year.
A couple of years ago, I was flying.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, he was doing some insane in-game dunks.
Dude, yeah, like if you told someone in 2022 he'd be where he is now, they would have burned you at the stake. They would have been like, no way, there's not possible. But Robbie, I mean, that's it for me, man. I want
to say something too. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, of course.
And I'll let you do your conclusion. I just want to say, man, from a fellow D lineman, just keep balling, Robbie. Keep chopping that wood, bro. And I know it sucks over there right now. Nobody can deny it. It sucks right now, but just keep working. That's all you can control, man. And take over a game, brother. Take over a game. That's what you're here to do. Take over a game.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, this has been excellent, man. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Hope to speak again soon. And all the best this week against Ottawa.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, man. All right, that was Robbie Smith joining us here on Elks 101.
Canadian D-line.
Canadian D-lines, but a hell of an interview.
A lot of time for that, man.
A lot of fun. Okay, we are going to jump back to the program now. We'll wrap things up with me and Eddie here on, like I said, Elks 101. Okay, back for the final time. We'll wrap it up with some final thoughts here before we get out for the day. Rick, Eddie, I mean, we talked naturally quite a bit about Ottawa this upcoming week. We've shot the shit a little bit about the league. Any final thoughts before we get out of here for the day?
Brother Rick?
You know what? I'm just excited for Ottawa game.
Yeah.
You know, the team has gotten better in all three games. This is your first real opportunity to go out there and dominate another team. Do it. You've got the guys in the locker room. You've got the leaders. Time for them to go lead and everyone follow. And this honestly shouldn't be very close come Sunday.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rick. And it falls, if we look back at the Winnipeg week, it felt like it was going to be a close game. It didn't feel like they'd get blown out. I'm surprised Winnipeg covered actually late. Yeah. They covered the points.
Especially a double digit.
It's always. But it was close.
The player two put it at that.
It was 23-all going into the fourth quarter. So you can't ask for anything more than that. Oh, yeah. Man. You're in the ball game. Yeah. Right? That's as good as it could be. And they played Winnipeg close, and I thought they would because it was a mano-a-mano test of your manhood type game. Good. And Edmonton did meet that challenge. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This week, now it feels like you should stomp Ottawa. Yep. Let's see if they meet that same challenge because it feels like they should beat Ottawa. It really does. They need to now rise and meet that.
Do you guys have a score prediction?
Oh, let's see. You know what? We got to put up something like 35-38, but I think for the defense to walk away and be confident afterwards, you can't give them much more than 21.
32-14.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same vein as you. I'm going to say 38-19, 38-18, something like that. Maybe a couple rouges in there, but I just think, I think to echo Rick's point, like keeping them low or low-ish for the CFL is wildly important for the confidence. That's why I like under 20, and I think the offense can't perform. So I'm going to say 38-19. 38-18.
They need it.
Okay. All right. This has been great. Another episode of Elks 101 in the book. We'll be back with the post-game show. I think next week it'll be the post-game show on the Monday morning, and then Elks 101 will be on Wednesday or something like that, or a little bit later in the week. So we'll do that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. We're just hanging out. We're chilling.
This was good. This felt good today.
Yep. It's been good.
Felt looser.
Absolutely. Okay. Signing off, Eddie, Rick, Declan. This has been another edition of Elks 101.